Hello and welcome. In this project management and risk briefing, we will take a closer look at the IT verification and validation risk assessment, or referred to as the IV&V. This risk assessment can help you ensure the success of your IT project by verifying your application or system is being implemented correctly and meets stakeholder requirements and needs. The purpose of the IV&V assessment is to determine if your project is building the right solution the right way. Organizations invest significant resources into IT projects, but without proper oversight, projects can fail due to missed requirements, poor design, high defects, budget overruns, and missed deadlines. The IV&V assessment is a safeguard, providing stakeholders with confidence that their investment is being managed effectively. This assessment is usually performed by the risk manager or the PMO. The overall goal of the IV&V is to validate and verify that the project team is performing and producing results as planned, and that project is on a positive trajectory. Additional goals of the IV&V are to ensure that the team is meeting stakeholder requirements and following best software development lifecycle practices for project management, design, development, and testing. The IV&V also verifies that the software and hardware standards, architecture, and environments are appropriate for the project. The IV&V process also reviews risk and issue management processes, which creates transparency for the stakeholders on what the project team is doing and how well the project is progressing. Project performance transparency increases stakeholder confidence that their investment in project is being well managed. There are 8 basic steps to perform an IV&V assessment. The 8 steps include, but are not limited to: 1. Define the IV&V assessment scope and objectives. 2. Develop an IV&V implementation plan that defines what the assessment will cover, when, how, and its deliverables. The IV&V assessment should be recurring and incorporated into the project plan. 3. Collect project documentation for analysis and schedule meetings. 4. Review, validate, and verify project management and development processes, adequacy of requirements, functional specifications and technical specifications, and performance logs. This step will also review, validate, and verify that the software and hardware architectures and environments meet current industry standards. This IV&V step should include interviews with project team members, as well as technical project support teams. 5. Review, verify, and validate with stakeholders functional and technical completeness, gaps, issues with designs, and level of defects needing rework. 6. Review project testing processes, change management processes, organizational change processes, and project baselining processes. 7. Draft recommendations and initiate reviews with team members, stakeholders, product owners, and project executives. 8. Deliver final report and presentation discussing project trajectory and improvement recommendations. Performing a successful IV&V has its challenges and is dependent on the following 4 key factors. 1. The need for quality information from system documentation, environment documentation, development documentation, standards used for development, and functional and technical specifications. A lack of implementation documentation should be considered as potential risk to the project. 2. Limited participation of stakeholders and team members in the assessment due to either their inability to make time in their work schedule or unwillingness to participate in the IV&V. 3. Resistance of the project team, stakeholders, and executive project leadership to accept and implement recommendations. 4. While process and standards issues can be readily identified early in the application lifecycle during the initiation, planning, requirements, environment setup, and design phases of the project, serious project problems are not apparent until the development, demonstration, and test phases. It's in the development, demonstration, and testing phases where stakeholders identify defects and make change requests, which results in rework, schedule delays, and cost overruns. The IV&V assessment can be iterative and occur throughout the application lifecycle, just like risk assessments. Resistance to adopting recommendations and project process improvements in the application lifecycle can suggest a lack of the project's agility to change, leading to a negative project trajectory. In closing, the IV&V assessment examines the integrity of your project's development processes, functional and technical solutions, and technical architecture. By identifying deficiencies in these areas, project improvements can be identified. The IV&V is one of the tools projects can use to help avoid poor project outcomes. That's all for this quick project management briefing. As a next step, watch our other project risk assessment videos and check out our low-cost, rapid risk assessment services. We hope you found this information useful, and thanks for watching.